I have to grab some macros. You know, a lot of these macros may still show up because they're super macro macros. So let's actually do the regular list. Like saving these, but they're probably, I forget, super macro will probably have them already. So I'm thinking of doing this actually making this like making it kind of like a melee hunter, but more of a hybrid. I mean, I'll still use range abilities to a certain degree, just because I don't want to gimp myself. I mean, there's no really achievement here, melee hunter. Some more money, but we'll focus on melee. We'll have ranged abilities just there too. Basically, we're gonna basically use ranged as a way to kind of start combat or to weave in certain abilities. But we'll focus on playing more as a melee hunter. Kill a few mobs here to some money so we can set up the correct achievements.
Ishnu Dal Diem.
Greeting.
Yeah, so slow and steady challenge with the exhaustion. Now have the hardcore challenge. Actually, hey Nikki, what's up? No, I would prefer that that's the way it was. Like, I think that would be a great server. Um, and I think that would be cool. You know, I think I would prefer to play the game that way. And if they had, I think if World of Warcraft came out with like hardcore servers where that's just how it worked, like when you create a character on that server, you only have one line. I think that would be cool, and I think that they might do that because hardcore is so popular. Anyways, this is going to be kind of a weird. I mean, I leveled a character in Classic WoW all the way to 60 as a melee hunter who never used ranged abilities. I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to gimp this character, so to speak, to that level. But I want to focus on trying to figure out if we can use the melee hunter on Turtle WoW. I mean, we can make melee hunter work, but still have the ability to use ranged weapons if we want to. If that makes sense. What? I don't even know. Right. Yeah, totally. Well, I don't know if you saw on. I just finished a stream leveling on Classic World of Warcraft Hardcore where I did a hardcore hunter who didn't even have a bow. Like, didn't even have a bow equipped from 1 to 60. Like, all she did was basically use Mongoose Bite, auto attack, and using her traps. And I leveled her all the way to 60 without dying. But I don't sure if I want to go to those extremes. Character. So I'm going to call this like a hybrid hunter. But once I get enough abilities set up, we'll be doing most. So basically, what we'll do is we'll probably instead of like, I did have a pet, yeah, I did have a pet. Here, if you go to here, I'll show you. So this was that character finishing out.
Original.
This was that character finishing out level 60, and you know, so she has no melee abilities. I mean, she has no ranged abilities. So this character I just finished like a couple days ago, I think on Sunday. Leveled her all the way to 60. You can see she's using just, you know, a weapon. So basically, I had a pet. We go in, you know, we were basically just up against mobs, you know, using Raptor Strike. My pet obviously was doing damage. Yeah, so, well, I mean, I'm using the Guild Wars 2 UI. So there's actually another action bar here. There's another one here, and there's two more over to the right. They're just hidden. Like, they show up when I mouse over them. But you can see the action bar. All we really have, Scare Beast, Disengage, which we actually use Disengage quite a lot as a melee hunter. Because you're just dropping threat between you and your pet, Raptor Strike, Immolation Trap, Explosive Trap, Turrets, Feign Death, and of course our Freeze Trap, Mongoose Bite. But yeah, this is the character I just leveled to 60. Actually, that video garnered 3,500 views that day and 74 likes, actually. That's the most likes I've ever gotten on one video. So we had over 104 people watching that stream, I think, at the end. That was really cool, actually. I'm gonna change. The other thing we can do here, to level 1, we can actually add the hardcore glyph, or the PvP glyph, the war glyph. Some more experience. Let's go with, I want to go with that. Oh yeah, I had a lot of people watching the stream. A lot of people were in, I think, enjoyed the the idea. Anyway. I suppose. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm pretty good. I'm a mid-journey veteran. Here's my mid-journey profile. I have 2,277 jobs. I got these, this was like a Worgen Rogue that I was playing around with earlier today. So I custom created kind of like Worgen Rogue-ish looking images. Here's this Shaman troll I created. Here's some of the images I created for the Melee Hunter. some more shaman ones. This is a shaman one I created. I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, I've used Midjourney quite a bit, and I've had a blast with it. I actually really, I love Midjourney. It's a fantastic program. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and buy the Glyph of War. I don't know if you're familiar with Turtle WoW, but with the Glyph of War, it's gonna turn on our PvP mode. But what did I do? Did I just unlearn a glyph? No! I just accidentally unlearned something. Oh my god, I hope I can learn it again. I just unlearned one of my glyphs by accident there. Oh, I'm tired. So we just unlearned, I think, slow and steady. Yeah, we did. That's okay. We're not level 2 yet, so I think we can just turn it back on. Oops. And we do have just enough money. This is what happens when you're tired. Okay. Keybinds on this server, looks like. So slow and steady, exhaustion challenge, and we also have the hardcore challenge. Should also have the war mode, which is going to give us increased experience. Yeah, my sister is actually an artist. My sister is a really good artist, and I posted some of my Midjourney images on Facebook, and she was like, holy shit. You know what I mean? She was like, wow. She's like, Julian, these are amazing. This is Turtle WoW. This is a 1.12 client private, vanilla server that has custom. It's like a vanilla plus server. Tons of custom quests. There's even like the high elf races on the server. The goblin race is also available on this server. It's funny because I was using Raptor Strike on a different keybind on that character that I just leveled to 60, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna want to stick with Raptor Strike on a different keybind. I'm gonna have to go and look and see what, because I was using the A keybind, so we might have to log over to my other hunter on this server really quick, just because I've got another hunter on the server, just to see what keybind I was using. Hey, thanks, Martin. Yeah, I'm sure my sister didn't say. My sister's older than I am. I'm 53. She's like 57. She didn't really say to me like about that, but I'm sure she's not really happy with AI to a certain degree. But I haven't talked to her about it yet. Let me take a look. Thanks again, Martin. I appreciate that, man. We were gonna do more with Amelia Hunter on Classic, but they wouldn't let me into the Hardcore League Guild. If I wanted to remain as a melee hunter, they wouldn't let me in. So I said, you know what? If you're not gonna let me in, then what's the point of playing the character? Because that was the whole point, was to get 60 play in the Hardcore League Guild. So that's okay, whatever. But anyways, Midjourney does. People who are artists are still, it's still a skill that's going to be, needed. Anyway, so for A, I was using Arcane Shot, so I think we can easily swap those. Yeah, let's just swap those. I just want to look over what my keybind was for A. So yeah, I'm not gonna completely this is not gonna be this is gonna be more like a hybrid hunter. I'm not gonna make it a melee hunter where I'm just because I think it'll be cooler to have access to some of the ranged abilities with this hunter, but I do want to focus primarily on doing most of my damage as a melee hunter. So I'm hoping that my damage on this character will be more around will be more 70% melee damage and maybe 30%. Yeah, this is Turtle WoW. So this is an exhaustion, slow and steady, hardcore hunter, meaning I'm not gonna can't get a rest time, and the experience gained from killing mobs is 0.5, and the experience gained from completing quests will be 0.5. So we're only getting half as much. So the leveling, the experience rate on this is going to be 0.5. It's going to be slower than twice as slow as regular. Is that rain I hear? Love it. Love the rain. Oh, you got to 40? Nice. Very nice. Alright. We should have access to all our super macros. Yeah, cool. The beauty of super macro. What if we have shadow mine? You know what I need to do? Here. I need to get a screenshot of my other characters, where my skills are on the bars for my other hunter, just so we can easily set this up quickly. Congrats on 40 though, Martin, on your shaman, on your hardcore shaman. Congrats, that's awesome. Did I ever tell you that I love your YouTube image? Is that Martin Friedman? I can't tell. As like the Hobbit? Because I love, big fan of the Hobbit, obviously. That's your first hardcore character ever. Nice, very good. That's awesome. Shamans are pretty cool. Hopefully they'll let you into the hardcore elite guild when you get to 60. I think they said that Savix was the. Someone said to me that if I had leveled my character on the horde side, that I probably would have gotten. There's a good chance I could have gotten into the hardcore elite guild because they thought Savix would have been more friendly. So kind of funny. Oh, you know what? I wanted to see if it. I don't think that's a macro. Here, let's take a look. I want to see if I was using the Shadow Meld macro that I have. I don't think I am, though. We'll be able to tell by if I'm using the macro. Shadow Meld will be on my action bar. And it looks like it's not. Which makes sense. I probably didn't want to waste. Yeah. We got our attack ability here. Yeah, it looks like that's what we did. Okay, I wanted to check that out as well, because I do have a macro for Shadow Melded. But it doesn't look like we're using it. Close Call 37, escape with 1 to 2% HP. Nice. You're leveling a druid, being killed by pillagers 2 times in a cave. Oh, Turtle Wow. Turtle Wow. Turtle Wow does crash once in a while. Not a lot, but it does crash sometimes. Especially when you're doing what I'm doing. Oh, there's also I think there's a bug in Turtle Wow where, if I remember correctly, if when I'm loading, so the bug that I have is if I go into this in my character and I go like this and I hit and I load, and then I click on my other monitor and then I click back on this screen before I'm finished loading into the game, it crashes the Turtle Wow client. So, alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and remember which bars. Yeah, okay. Cool. Shadow Melt's here. Oh, look, it even has like on my bars, like a lot of the abilities are actually still there. Yeah, interesting. I didn't really look if I was using an auto attack. Okay. All right, well, I hate to do this, but I gotta, I gotta check something out. There's some things I want to check out. Yeah, crashes as well. Use the. I say I never used the WAD models. I thought about it, but I'd heard where some people had to have crashes, so that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to use them. So this always happens when I create a brand new character. I always have to muck around with the interface and everything, but it'll just take painfully get through this first few levels, and then we'll get it all set up. Usually it takes me a good 2 or 3 streams before I nail down everything. I wanted to look at my auto shot, see if I was using it. It doesn't look like I'm using it. I'm just using auto shot. Yeah. Interesting. That pet attack skill looks different. Oh, pet aggressive. Okay, that's fine. There's where we got a screenshot. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. I was curious if I was using a macro for my auto shot, but it doesn't look like I am. And disconnected. All right, we should be good. Viewing character list. Alright, it's being a butt. Let's go back. Alright. I was being a bitch right now. Weird that. Oh, that's what. It was just throwing me off because the image was different. That's because we actually don't have that yet. So okay, cool. All good. Hey, thanks for the sub. Hey, Nikki, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get our attack macro on here. It's probably just a regular. How come? Oh, I forgot the auto sell buttons over there on the left. Rain looks different, doesn't it? So I
You
could
can
have,
kiss your ass goodbye.
so I could have gone melee hunter with this character, but I just felt like I didn't want to be completely melee. You know what I mean on this one? I felt like it would be nice to, and actually I even thought about creating maybe like giving myself like a new rule set thing. Like I could only use maybe like these, like ranged abilities. You know what I mean? Like I thought about maybe creating a hunter that the only abilities they got. We don't have the talent. Where's the talent tree? Let's take a look at the Turtle Wild talent tree really quick. I thought about possibly, because we're going to be building down into survival quite a bit. I thought about basically saying that the only ranged abilities I could use on the character would be Wyvern Sting and Auto Shot, and just those two range. So I'd have access to Wyvern Sting because it's part of the survival tree, and then I'd have access to Auto Shot, and then I wouldn't use, I wouldn't use Arcane Shot, I wouldn't use Serpent Sting, I wouldn't use Concussing Shot. And that way, so it'd be mostly just a melee hunter. I mean, so it's kind of like the flip flop. It's kind of the reverse of the normal hunter, because in regular World of Warcraft, people don't use melee a lot, and so like the really top end hunters would start to basically melee weave. So basically, they would use range, but they would weave in melee abilities in between their ranged abilities to try to optimize their DPS. So what this hunter would be was kind of the opposite. You would just use ranged abilities to you kind of basically. Am I not attacking? Oh, shit. I'm like, why am I not attacking? Because this has to be in our bar. Hold on 1 second. You would basically use your ranged abilities as a way to just initiate combat, and that's it. You just initiate combat with range, and then you move into melee range and basically do melee. And then you also have the ability to, if you want, to use Wyvern Sting as a way to get out of sticky situations, or as a way just to add in some CC. So I thought that would be kind of an interesting take on the hunter. So that's why I would kind of started calling the title of this stream like Hybrid Hunter, because it would be kind of like a hybrid. Be more of a melee hunter, but you can use Auto Shot just to initiate combat. Alright, so and of course at the beginning levels we're using range just to get going, because it's very slow leveling. The first like 10 levels all melee. That's the other thing. By doing it this way, we give ourselves the chance of leveling up.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Come on. Don't die.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I don't think we get aspect of the hawk until, let's see. I don't think we get aspect of the hawk till like maybe level 20. I mean, aspect of the wolf. Let's see. Level 30. So really the way they set up the melee hunter on Turtle WoW is you don't get your main melee hunter ability, which is aspect of the wolf, which gives you 125 attack power. You don't get that until level 30. So kind of sucks that I mean, that's a long way to go just to get that one ability, you know. I would have changed that and made it sooner. I would have given it a 20, because when you think about other abilities that are pivotal, that are important, that are huge, the ones you think of that usually come in around level 20, like aspect of the cheetah, you know, or something like that. Same thing with like a druid, you know, like cat form, stuff like that. So since I think aspect of the wolf is kind of a pivotal ability to define the type of role you're playing, I think it should have been given out at level 20, not level 30. Level 30 is much too late. The farm needs a little bit for XP. Since we do have war mode, we're getting regular 1x XP, I think, on kills. Here comes the rain. Oh, here comes the rain. Thanks, Johan. Yeah, it is. It is a very beautiful song. Listen to that rain, man. That's awesome. Oh, let's see. He's asking how much. 239. Yeah, he's trying to whisper, but I can't whisper yet. I think you can't whisper till you're level 5. Let's also not forget, and you may not know this, Nikki, but Turtle WoW has a it's not really a cash shop. It's like a donation shop, basically. It's like rewards that you can get through. So here's the Turtle WoW shop. We're gonna go ahead. We've got a lot of money, so oh, is it? It must be. It must be like 50. It must be half price right now. Because normally those bags cost more money. Invalid. Let me check the Discord real quick. Also, let's do another thing here. Give me 1 second here. We're gonna go ahead and grab the stream. So we're in luck, guys. So we're in luck. The cash shop right now is 50%, which is really good because some of the prices of these items are. So normally in Turtle WoW, buying a 36 slot bag would be 300 credits. Right now it's only 150. So you can see 300 credits. If I bought like 4 of these, that would be like 1,200 credits. Luckily I have quite a few credits. I have 2,379. So this is awesome. This means that we can buy some big ass bags, right? So with Turtle WoW, if you like, Nikki, if you're still here, if you're not familiar with it, that's how it works. Is you basically donate money to the server, and they give you credits, and then with the credits you can buy stuff. Let's see, Shaggy. Already reduced action bar size. This will show. So right now, without doing that, we can't see my bag slots. Okay. And now we've got our 36 slot bag. You can see it's absolutely massive. It's pretty. No, well, I mean, it's not pay to win. Like, it's really, it's just game. It's convenience stuff, right? So there's skins, there's some appearance change stuff, I mean, as far as what some be, it's not really pay to win. It's just convenience. Like there's big bags. There's auctioneer. You can buy the auctioneer. You could summon an auctioneer to your location. Like let's go here. There's the bank mule, which I always get this. I always buy this. So the bank mule is really cool. All right, so we get the bank mule, and then that stuff like any kind of pets or um, interactable items like the bank mule are going to show up under your companions tab here. So now we've got the bank mule. So anywhere in the world, I now have access to my bank anywhere. Right? I grab the bank mule up, and now boom, there's my bank. Right? I can have access to my bank. So it's just convenience. Like there's no pay to win. Like there's no like, there's no like XP potions or, gear or anything like that. Yeah, but it is expensive when you think about because it like the donations here. Let me turn down the range. It's really loud. So it is expensive though. So like if you go to donate, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the prices they have are quite expensive. But Turtle Wild does a ton of custom content, and the server is free, so you can't complain about the fact that when you're playing on a server that's completely free, there are over like 800 or 900, even almost 1,000. I don't remember how it is right now, but if you go to Turtle Wild quests, you can go here. Where is it? Here. This is the database for Turtle Wild. So there are 1,180 custom Turtle Wild quests. So these are all the additional quests that they've added to the game, and the rewards are actually quite nice. They're not like overpowered, but they're strong. Like the rewards you get for doing the Turtle Wild quests are stronger than what you'd normally get on a quest in World of Warcraft. But they're not crazy strong. Like if we go by level here, you can see here. Like here's a quest that's probably a low-level quest that gives you like a belt that's got 9 armor. But if you go up to, let's say, like the level 10 quests are a good example. Here's Aggression Sandwich, like a level 10 quest. But look at the rewards you get. You get a nice reward for a level 10 quest. You get +1 agility and +1 stamina. Leather boots. So it's strong for level 10, but it's not too strong. I mean, you would think that would be like boots. Maybe you'd get it like level 12 or 13. So you know what I mean. So whenever you're leveling a turtle wild, you definitely want to take note of which quests are the custom turtle quests, and make sure that you do them because the rewards can be really good. The XP on them is going to be really good as well. Other thing you want to do if you're playing Turtle Wilds is make sure you go to shagoo.org. You want to make sure you go to shagoo.org, install PF Quest, which is a lightweight quest spawn and item database, and then install PF Quest Turtle, which supports some of the custom quests. So it's a quest add-on, like a quest helper. If you install PF Quest and PF Quest Turtle, which is what I'm using, it'll track a lot of those custom turtle quests. Make sure you grab Shagoo Tweaks, Shagoo DPS, Shagoo Plates. I highly recommend those 5 add-ons from Turtle WoW. Like when you look at my nameplates here, these are Shagoo plates. See these nameplates, and they're great. And you can go Shagoo plates, and you have lots of really beautiful interface here for the add-on. And actually, mine aren't really configured correctly. I'll have to do that later. They're not configured the way I like because this is a new character, but unfortunately, it doesn't save. I don't think it saves profiles, fortunately. So I'll have to go to my other character and see what settings I have, because there are certain settings on here that I like to set up. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say, which is too bad because I kind of have to set it up every time. And I used to actually have screenshots of the settings, and I might still have them somewhere, but we'll just have to log over and set them. But anyways, so back to the Turtle Wash shop. The first thing I usually do is I go in and I buy some of those bags. I buy the bank. Also, there's the repair bot, which I think is nice. Having the repair bot's good. Let's actually, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna log over. I want to look at. You've only gotten level 12. I am gonna jump over and. He's messaging me. I actually didn't have too many. I think I'm trying to. Someone was asking what was my closest call on my Hunter 160. I think I got down to maybe 6% health a few times. All right, so let's jump over here real quick just so I can grab the nameplate settings really quick. We'll throw them into pure ref. And I'm not going to be able to play too long because I have to go to work, unfortunately. But, so if we go to Shagu, plates, we're just going to go in here. I'm just going to really quick grab some of these settings. I don't really know. I'm sure most of these raid icon settings I probably don't change too much. That should do it. Now we've got them all here in pure ref. My hardcore hunter reached level 60, Kareem. And there's the crash that always happens when I'm like going back and forth between monitors on Turtle WoW. Kind of annoying, but it just happens. When I'm basically jumping back and forth to my two monitors, a lot of times it'll crash. If I'm loading, if I'm like logging out and stuff at the same time while switching monitors. It won't do that when you're just playing the game. Yeah, no, my classic WoW hardcore hunter reached level 60. There should be a video up on my channel for reaching 60. Alright, let's take a look what we got here. Checked. 40%, 70, 120. Check. 0.5. Looks good. Create icon. All this should pretty much be the same. I'm sure I haven't changed any create icons. Pixel. Check. Cast bar. 8 debuffs. Actually, so far everything looks correct. Outlines. Actually, I use health bar 10. We'll stick 9. Oh, maybe the settings are unfriendly player. Check, media purpose. Actually, it's right. Huh. It's actually 100% correct. Is engineering worth on a paladin for hardcore? Yeah, I mean, it just, engineering is good. For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it. If you're looking to have like target dummies, you're gonna have that extra like, survivability that engineering gives you. For me on a paladin, I actually was kind of a big fan of target dummies. when I was leveling my hardcore warrior to 60. I found them really useful, and they actually saved my hardcore warrior's life twice during her run to 60. She never would have made it to 60 without target dummies. But for a paladin, since paladin has so much more survivability than a warrior, because you've got bubble, you've got heals, you've got lay on hands. I don't think that, to me personally, if it was me, I would go alchemy over target dummies over engineering, just simply because as a paladin you have a lot of, the paladin's probably the easiest class to get to 60 on hardcore, because you basically almost have to die 3 times. I mean, once you get lay on hands, I mean, because you can get down to almost you could be almost killed and then throw up a bubble and throw in a couple of heals and be almost max health, and then almost get killed again and then lay on hands and have max health again. So it's like you almost have to be killed literally like 3 times to die, and once you get lay on hands.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Alright, so let's go back. So back to gameplay. Let's go ahead and grab another 36 slot bag. And really, like, I mean, when you have like, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous when you have this many, this big of bags, but I have a ton of credits, so we're gonna load up, man. We're just gonna load up on bags here. Look at this bag space. We have infinite bag space. If you guys know me, I am a huge pack rat. So having bag space for me is really important. The other thing I like to get, you guys are going to laugh, but I like to get a companion. And my favorite companion for my character here is, I like this one by this guy. That here for our pets. Put this little guy up. Need our little companion. Go. Get lonely, leveling out here in the brutal world of World of Warcraft, and we need a little companionship to help keep the stress levels down. Companions? Oh no, I'm sure it's bound, but they're cheap. I mean, right now the I'm not sure who this person is, but they wanted to. The other thing that's interesting is you can group. So like, it's not like classic hardcore. Like in classic hardcore WoW, you can't group with other people in the world. But in Turtle WoW, as long as you're within 5 levels of another hardcore player, you can group with them. Now you can only group with, like, if you're doing the hardcore challenge in Turtle WoW, you can only group with other people that are doing the hardcore challenge. And then the only way you can group with them is if you're, within the same level range, within 5 levels of them. So it's kind of cool. You have that option. So leveling a hardcore character on Turtle WoW is much easier than classic WoW hardcore, because of the fact that you can't group a lot with other players. It's really good because there's those quests that, like, kill a named mob for a quest chain, and it's really nice on Turtle WoW because Turtle WoW is pretty crowded nowadays. There's a lot of people playing it. So it's nice to be able to get in a group with other people who have the same quest as you. Otherwise, you'd be waiting in a long line of people, just waiting their turn to kill one named mob, which is really annoying. So if we go back to the turtle shop, okay, so we have, we're a hunter, so we've got our 36 slot bag, so we're pretty good. So we go back to gameplay. I like to buy the repair bot, right? Okay, we're gonna buy this guy. And now, repair bot. We're gonna go ahead and add this guy. And now anytime in the world we want to, we can summon our repair bot. And we can go ahead and sell all my junk. As you can imagine that. So now with the access to the repair bot and my bank, I almost hardly, like if I'm out in the world doing quests, I can stay out in the world forever because I have so much bag space. I've got a repair guy, I've got my bank mule, so it doesn't, I don't have that painful thing of having to run back to town. It's like, oh my god, my inventory is full, I gotta run back to town, or my gear is damaged, I need to go repair. You don't have to worry about that. Now we're good. We can stay out in the wild for days without having to come back. And so we've got our repair bot. So that's usually what I buy in Turtle Isles. I usually buy some bags. I usually buy the repair bot, buy the mule. After that, there's not really a whole lot of other things I buy. You can buy a mount. Now, the way the mounts work is it's really interesting on Turtle Isle. Let's see if I've got the website up. So the way mounts work in Turtle Isle is if you buy a mount, because you can buy a mount, but it's really slow. It does this somewhere. What was this dynamic mount speed? You get, I believe it's like 0.5% per level. So like you can see here at level 30, your mount, or level 60. At level 60, if you buy a mount and you don't hit any of the riding skill trainers, your mount speed will be 30% faster than what you are. So basically, every 2 levels, you get 1% increase into your movement speed with your mount. So at level 10, your mount's going to make you travel 5% faster. So the mounts that you get from the cash shop, from the Turtle Isle rewards, they help, but they help so little. It's not like a huge difference, but it is a difference. And you will feel it once you get to around level 20, and then you get that level, you get like 10%. But of course, once you hit your riding skill trainer, that's going to be, once you hit the first level of riding skill trainer, you're at 60% mount speed. And then when you hit your 150 riding skill trainer, you're going to be at 100% mount speed. So I think the trainer here is, I don't know, is it level 40? It's probably level 40 if it's just like vanilla. So at level 40, you'll be at 60%. But at level 30, you're going to be right here at 50. That looks a little bit off, doesn't it? But yeah, level 30, you should be 15%. These numbers look a little skewed. Anyways, hopefully that explains it. A lot of people don't understand how the mount speed works. Alright, let's turn our digital. Actually, I probably shouldn't turn a message until I'm level 4. That way we can go ahead and train. So just go ahead and level up to level 4 first. So a lot of times you can go ahead and grab a mount if you want. I mean, they're half price right now, so there you can get some really cheap mounts. Like here's 100. You can get like a wolf for 100. I mean, these are only 50 credits for like a tall strider mount. Person shot multi. This person obviously doesn't understand how the leashes work. They're like shooting at a mob on a as it's resetting, so can't hit it. Now we're going. Alright, so do we want to get a mount? Is the question. If we do get a mount, which one? A lot of times I get the Asia Frost Saber mount, but it's cheap. Literally only 80 credits. It kind of matches the color of my character, so we grab this mount. Okay, so I'll show you guys. So at I'm level 4. So right now when I mount up on this saber here, it's going to give me 2%. Now I won't tell you that, unfortunately, but I'm going to be traveling 2% faster with this mount than I would normally. So it's only worth getting on if if you're going to go a fair distance, because it's only 2% speed increase. So, but hey, 2% is 2%. Dwarf? Ew, dwarves. Dwarves are ugly. I tell you what, I would play dwarves if they looked better. Like if the like when you look at how dwarves look like in retail WoW, then yeah, I would play dwarf. But they just don't look very good on the classic 1. On this original 1.12 client, they don't look very good. The skins, the models are. I don't like the way they look. So. They made dwarves look cool like they do in like Lord of the Rings or something, then yeah, I would play a dwarf. Hey, I'm a leaf lover. Look at my UI. There's like little leaves around my character frame here. See the leaves? Down here on my action bars, there's leaves. I'm totally a night elf. I love night elves. I've always loved night elves. All right, let's go back to the cash shop. So we got the other companion that I like to get sometimes is the Phoenix Hatchling, because he's really cool. So. They also have tabards, which can look really good. Like, especially this character, I like to get the tabard of the Summered Skies. It looks pretty cool. So, go ahead and buy this one. And it looks cool on my character because it matches my hair color. So, there's the tabard of the Summer Skies. That was 90 credits, so not cheap, really. Now, imagine that would be 180 credits normally because it's half price right now. So, when Turtle WoW does their 50% off, it's really actually, it's pretty good, because it's, like I said, it's a big deal. I mean, the 36 slot bags that I bought, they're normally 300 credits, now they're only 150, so 300 credits is a ton. So basically, to get 300 credits, it's almost the equivalent of like $30 USD Like I'd have to spend I'd have to go to their donation shop and donate $30, pretty much to get. So it's very expensive. It's one thing about Turtles. I will say the cash shop, I consider it to be pretty expensive. But when they're doing this deal where it's 50% off, it's not so bad. Then you think a 36 slot bag, which is a huge, that's a huge bag. So when it's 50% off, now it's only $15. So do you want to pay $15 USD to get yourself a 36 slot bag? Well, personally I do, because there's one of the things I hate about vanilla WoW more than anything is inventory management. It's constantly have to be like, oh my god, my bag's full, my bag's full, my bag's full. I mean, nothing drives me more nuts in the vanilla WoW than constantly having full inventory. So for me, if I can pay $15 for a 36 slot bag, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Plus, you gotta realize, because we're not playing it, the game's free. It's not like I'm paying a monthly subscription. But yeah, I've donated quite a bit of money to this server. I've played Turtle WoW ever since it first came out, 3 or 4 years ago. It's been out. The server's been out for a long time. I've played it pretty much. I've played it for about 3 years, and I've donated. The other cool thing with the donations is, it's cool if you play hardcore, because if you want to get your credits back, like let's say you create a character and you play your character and you get like level 10 or 20 or whatever, and then you get bored of that character and you go play maybe a different version of WoW. Maybe you go play Retail WoW, or you go play something else. You can play Warmane or something, and then you come back to this server and you're like, well, you know what, I leveled that character 10 and I don't want to play that character. I want to play a different character. And I'm never going to play that character again. You're like, I'm never going to play that character. All you have to do is go out in the world and let your character die. Like, let your character get killed. As long as you're in hardcore mode, you will be refunded all of your credits. All the credits you spend on anything for that hardcore character will be returned to you. So if I kill this character here on purpose, or if I get killed not on purpose, all the money I spent on these bags, I get it back. I get all those credits back. Like right now, I've got 1,519 credits. I've already spent 300, 450 credits, 540. I've already spent about 900 credits on this character probably. So that's a cool feature. I think that if you're gonna do hardcore WoW, it's nice, because if you die, you get your stuff back. It would suck if you're playing hardcore and all the stuff you purchased, you lost it. It was gone. Your money just got wasted. So it's cool that they do that. Yeah, but I think that's pretty much it. As far as stuff I buy. The only other thing I would buy right now for this character would just be the other companion. Just be the Phoenix Ashlings. The Phoenix Ashling is actually a really cool companion. But I don't think we need it right now. Got our massive 2% speed increase mountain. Popping 2%. We seem to be stuck in first gear with this mount. Come on, dude, get it. Get it into second gear at least. Oh, and when you create a hardcore character, you're automatically put into a guild called Still Alive. Right, so right now, I'm in the guild that has 798 guild members in it currently. So, and you get it, and you see in the chat window when people die on hardcore, it'll show up in the chat saying that they died. Alright, we're gonna grab aspect of the monkey, serpent stuff. Macro. I don't know if I have macro for aspect of the monkey. Looks like I wasn't even using a macro for that, which makes sense. Macro aspect. Hey, hey, JDM, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Let's turn the music down a little bit. So game ambiance a little bit more. Hey, mushrooms. We still need lightsabers. This person's got a level 60 helping him. So Turtle WoW, though, this is the first time I've really played Turtle in a while, but apparently during the peak hours there's like 6,000 people on the server, so that's a lot of people. Oh yeah, track. I forgot. Track beasts. I've actually I leveled a melee hunter on Turtle WoW, where I only did melee, and I ended up doing hardcore, and I think I died. I actually died at like level, I don't know, 20 something. Um, and I could do, like I said, I could have done another melee hunter, but I was like, you know what, I don't feel like doing full melee. Once we get to level 30 and we get aspect of the wolf, we'll start really pushing more the melee side of the hunter, and try to come up with ways where most of our damage will be coming from melee. But we're still gonna have, like I said, I'm still gonna do like some sort of a hybrid. What I may do is just like do like kind of more of a regular hunter to level 30, and then once we get aspects of the wolf, then we may shift gears and basically kind of just pretend almost like it's a class change quest. You know how like in certain MMOs you get to a certain level and you do like a class change quest or something. You know, like you see that like in Ion or Lineage 2, Elion, a lot of these MMOs where you're a certain class, um, like a certain level, and then change it, you morph into a different class. I think we're going to treat this kind of like that. When we get level 30, we get aspect of the wolf, that's when we're probably going to stop using some of our ranged abilities and just focus more on it. But I still think I'll use, I still think in certain situations we may use, just like one of the things that I regretted playing the melee hunter on the classic WoW leveling stream was that I didn't really have, like when I was in group content, I didn't have the ability to pull into my traps, you know, because like as a melee hunter, your traps are really important, and being able to successfully pull mobs into traps in a group context, where you might want to freeze a mob, you know, like maybe there's 3 mobs coming at the tank, you want to pull one out of those 3 mobs and pull them into your trap. It's hard to do if you're melee because you got to kind of run it. You have to almost have to use your pet. You have to have your pet go up, hit the mob, and so you can do it. You can have your pet hit the mob and then bring your pet back, but it'd be a lot easier if you could just shoot an arrow. So I think that's where I'm going to go with this character. We'll still be able to, in those situations, just go ahead and use our arrows to set up our traps. So, if that makes sense. So the range is just more to basically just orchestrate combat initiation and pulls and trapping. But outside of those 2 things, my ranged abilities probably won't be used much after level 30. It'll be mostly melee. Apparently there's only... Let's stress that, but there's only 2,785 people online right now. Oh, only, right? This is quite a bit for a private server. But this is the downtime for the server, so this server tomorrow, like in about 8 hours from now, the server should be up around at least 5,000. You know, I found that most private servers have a stronger European presence than United States, North America. I don't know why. Just seems like more Europeans don't want to pay for a sub. I don't know. 24 leveling. Well, at 24 you can level an Ashen Veil if you want. You could go to Ashen Vale. That's about the only other. You've got Wetlands, Ashen Vale, Lakeshire, Red Ridge. Duskwood, you're a little bit low level for Duskwood. But yeah, you can go to Ashen Vale. Are you an Alliance? If you're Alliance and you're playing like Turtle WoW or Vanilla WoW, Stone Talon is like, I wouldn't really recommend it, to be honest. These quests are kind of spread out and there really aren't that many. You're better off doing, Wetlands and Darkshire and those. Stone Talon's a lot better for the Horde than it is for the Alliance in Vanilla. What am I missing? Oh, there we go. Ah, we don't have the Ichor, huh? Could also be custom Turtle WoW quest that we're going to get pretty soon. Hey Jason, thanks. Thank you. They wouldn't let me in the Hardcore Elite Guild as a melee hunter, so I said bump them, and I decided to come to Turtle WoW and play on Turtle WoW a little bit. We're doing kind of a hybrid melee hunter here on Turtle WoW. Check it out and see if we can make the melee side of the... Oh, here's a yawn. Of the hunter work here. I've played Melee Hunter here a little bit before, and I found that I honestly didn't really like it that much. I felt like, it's not that I didn't like it, it's that the aspect of the wolf took too much mana to cast. So it's like it's a little frustrating when you use aspect of the wolf because it takes away one of your best abilities, one of your best abilities that gives you survivability, which is aspect of the monkey. And I feel like the talent trees really help you when you're in survival and stuff. That's it really kind of leans itself more towards kind of using monkey in certain, especially when you're doing melee. So it's just kind of unfortunate that aspect of the wolf gives you no dodge bonus whatsoever, and then it costs so much mana to switch into that aspect. So you start aspect dancing, you will very, very, very quickly. So I'm thinking one of the things we could do is well, one thing we could do is just try to stack a lot of mana so that that's not too much. Maybe go alchemy, you know, we could go alchemy and try to really focus on, you know, potions and things that will help my mana. I think to be the most effective, you want to be as a melee hunter on the server. I really feel like, you know, aspect of the monkey is going to be key. Is it? This is music from WoW's expansion Dragonflight. I think in Turtle Wild the fall damage is reduced a ton. So you see I'm not taking any damage, like falling. Look at this. They changed it so the fall damage isn't as much, because I guess they didn't want hardcore players dying from just falling. says I haven't picked up that quest yet. Oh, it requires... Why haven't I not picked up the gift us the vial yet? Man, do I have it? I don't have this quest. Huh. Weird. I would thought I would have been able to pick that up. But you can see here, like, Wolokun has reached level 40 in hardcore mode, and then another person died. So people in the hardcore, people in the or in the guild are saying grats. Some person just reached level 40. But the community here in Turtle WoW is really good. People are really friendly. They're really nice. I would even go so far as to say it's probably better than Classic WoW. I think in general, usually, I mean, this is usually the case, private servers generally have... I don't know, it just depends on the private server. I take that back. It just depends on the private server. Some private servers have shitty communities, to be honest. So it just depends. I don't know why I couldn't pick up this quest. I mean, let me try something here. I don't want to run in here and... Well, we need to do this. Let's just grab this item and then this is it. Understand why get this file's not available. Could be level 5. Okay, so apparently that other quest required before we can get this vial. I never knew that. There's a high elf. Check that out. The only reason I didn't go high elf, because high elf is really cool, was just because since I'm planning on doing a lot of melee with this character, the 1% dodge is is nice. So, hey, Selfman. Yes. Well, we got level 60 on the melee hunter, and since they wouldn't let me in the hardcore guild, on Classic, I decided to. A lot of people have been asking me to come back and play Turtle WoW, so Asian Mike especially, and so I thought, yeah, Turtle WoW's really popping off now. I mean, they're getting around 6,000 players at peak time, so it's a good time to play on Turtle WoW. And Turtle WoW's a really good server, so. You're planning there for the PV? I mean, you can do PvP here if you turn on your flag. You can turn on war mode here and level up. I'm sure there's probably some PvP, but I doubt it's. But I doubt it's like crazy. Like I'm sure you probably can get more on Classic. I guess it just depends on what server you're on. Did they really command 7,000? That's insane. I mean, I knew Turtle WoW was gonna turn around and get more people once people got bored of Wrath of the Lich King Classic and once people got bored of Dragonflight. I knew Turtle WoW would start picking up again, but even I'm surprised at how much it's picked up. I didn't think it would pick up this much. It's gonna be kind of cool to see, like, on the weekend, like during like peak hours, like how many people be on the server. Cool to see. I think it does. That and people don't want to pay money too. Some people don't want to pay money. But yeah, I think it shows. I also think it shows that people like the hardcore challenge, and that Turtle WoW is the only other server that really. I mean, there's other servers that implement hardcore, but Turtle WoW does a really good job with hardcore because they give you rewards. There's stuff you can get from doing the challenge, and they have other options like war mode and slow and steady and exhaustion and different things like that. So yeah, I played Ascension. I played Conquest of Azeroth. I liked the Sun Cleric on Conquest of Azeroth a lot. That was pretty cool. But Ascension got boring. It was really fun for a while, but then it just felt like my characters were like God mode. You know, like I could solo everything so easily. At least leveling it was like super. It was fun. I played it for about 2 or 3 months, Ascension, and I kind of got bored of it. Oh, you haven't played Sun Cleric? Yeah, Sun Cleric was probably my favorite. I played almost every class on Conquest of Azeroth just to try them out, and Sun Cleric was probably my favorite. Oh yeah, I mean, I've done all the modes. I've done Nightmare mode, Hardcore. I've done every mode on Ascension. I've successfully done them all. Nightmare, Challenge, all that stuff. Oh, he's newcomer. I can't even do it. I can't go with him because he's not in the Hardcore guild. Looks like he's not to the point where he needs his quest. Yeah, I did Nightmare mode. It's not bad. I mean, it's just spell damage is what can really hurt you. Do I need to go? Yeah, if you have interrupts and stuns, it's not too bad. If you go to my channel, I think we can do a search for, let's see, just for Nightmare. Yeah, I mean, look at. And here's me playing. I mean, check out my character, and I'm playing on Nightmare mode on Ascension here. You can tell because it has the swirly, like, graphic. My character, Rising Dawn, she was a total badass. Look, I've got like the water shield, like the shaman water shield. I'm just hitting for like 1,000 damage. I don't know. I love the water shield. It's so. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Ascension's really fun because of being able to build these really cool builds out, mixing abilities across every tree. But when you get to this point, you can see you're just literally like two-shotting mobs. it's I don't want to watch anymore because it's gonna make me want to go play Ascension. Turtle WoW also has a Mist server. I've never done the max level PvP. I'm not really familiar with what you're talking about. Mist server? I'm not sure what that is. Turtle WoW has one server as far as I know. There's just one server. There's only one server for Turtle WoW. And they said they have no plans to launch another one either. They're very steadfast about that. It's fun. I think the Ascension is really fun because you can create really cool builds you couldn't do in regular WoW, and it's fun because you can be really powerful. You can be completely overpowered. I mean, I go out into like burning Crusade content and pull like huge pulls, or massive pulls that I normally could never do because of my build. I can do that. Yeah, Tori WoW is the Mist server. Yeah, it's Tori WoW. Yeah, that was a pretty good server in its heyday when it first started. All right, I'm probably gonna get to bed, guys, because it is 5 in the morning. Wife will kill me as it is. But we're gonna turn off war mode. So how I do slow and steady is up to level 6. I just turn war mode on. There aren't too many people killing low levels in this server at this zone. But if you like turn on war mode in the human area, you might get killed because once war mode's on, you can get killed. So I would like to end war mode. I'd like to end the war mode challenge once and for all. Okay, so war mode, my PvP flag is now on. Go ahead. Arrows. Go out during Cat came back during Shadowlands, Dragonflight. Hey Kyle. I quit WoW during Cata for like a couple months. I took a break from WoW in Cata because I didn't really like Cata that much. But I took a break for like maybe 2 or 3 months, and I was playing other MMOs because around that time there was a lot of other MMOs out there to play. And then, but I always, I came back to WoW, and especially in Mists of Pandaria, I played a lot of WoW in Mists of Pandaria. Mists of Pandaria the PvP was really balanced. I like PvP a lot. But playing PvP nowadays it's tough to find PvP that's really good. Like to find like servers that have good PvP. I think if you can get a good private vanilla server, a fresh one, you're gonna find some pretty good world PvP. I was playing on the Cataclysm server Whitemane today, and they supposedly have pretty decent PvP, open world PvP. But it was there were some bugs on that server, some scripting issues. Nothing like really bad, but just a few things that were a little annoying. And just not having played Cat in so long, it felt really weird not knowing the different changes in the game. I think there's a certain sense of comfy, like there's a certain sense of comfort when I play Burning Crusade or I play Vanilla or even Wrath of the Lich King, because the game hasn't really changed too much. Like in the first 3 expansions, well, the first 2, because Vanilla I don't call an expansion. The base game plus the first 2 expansions, Burning Crusade, Wrath, the game didn't change too much. I mean, basically your talents didn't change too much. most of the quests, right? Like the quests, the original vanilla quests are still there. They didn't really like start changing a lot of the quests until Cataclysm. They changed so much stuff in Cataclysm, and I think that's one of the reasons why Cataclysm was such a failure, was because it was just too jarring for players. So like, man, you get rid of all these quests I was comfortable with. You change the world. You change the topography of the world, the geography of the world. You know what I mean? There was just so many like really huge changes, and I think MMO players, to a certain degree, like small changes or changes that aren't like that don't break like what they already know. You know, it's like if I already know like kind of how level 1 to 10 doing certain quests, I don't want you to come in and completely change that and make it be like, okay, now I got to relearn how to level from 1 to 10. Like I got to learn new quests, I got to learn how to do it. Most MMO players don't really like that. Hold on a second. That music was a little too loud. Yeah, so I think that's why Cataclysm failed to a certain degree. And I think, and it's funny because I know that even more so now because I went and played Cataclysm today. I played a private server for Cataclysm, and it was like, you know, it was not a. I don't want to say it was a bad experience, but it wasn't like. But it wasn't. It wasn't kind of what I. You know, it wasn't what I would. I'm sorry, I'm really tired, guys. My brain's not even working right now. But it wasn't like as fun as I thought it would be. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like, oh, this is cool, Cataclysm, and I always, holy crap. That's the first time that's ever happened. It looks to be like Turtle WoW is like a lot more buggy right now than it used to be. I'm running into some issues with it that I didn't run into before. Yeah, it was cool. Seeing some changes was definitely. I enjoyed. I got to tell you that when I went into Darkshore, I really enjoyed Darkshore because it looked really cool. Like it was so different, but it still looked good. I've always thought Darkshore was one of my favorite zones. All right, it's like whatever. So. Alright, now let's see if we can. Hopefully this won't crash the server. Alright, but I gotta go to bed, guys. Yeah, I think the Barrens after Cataclysm. Yeah, there was some of the zones looked better after Cataclysm. I think some of the zones were actually worse. Like I'm not sure if I really liked the Shimmering Flats or whatever that zone is. You know, going from the Shimmering Flats towards Fairless. What's the name of the zone? I can't always forget. Thousand Needles. Not sure if I liked. Yeah, Thousand Needles, wasn't it like underwater? You know, and then yeah. Not sure if I really cared for that. I might have liked it better the way it was before, but I think going into Cata when I played it today, I tried it out on White Mane. I think it gave me that same kind of feeling. I think probably when I originally played Kata, which is like, what the fuck, you know? It's like so many things have changed, and it's almost annoying. Like there's a sense of trepidation whenever you play a new MMO for the first time because you don't know anything. It's also exciting because you don't know anything, but when it's new, a new server and a new MMO, it's nice because there's people, everybody that is in the same boat. Everybody's like nobody knows how to do anything because it's brand new, and so everybody's very nice. They're very friendly. They're very helpful. Everybody's excited, you know, excited to see all the new stuff that the game has to offer. But when you go to a server like Cataclysm that's been out, like when you go to like a private server for Cataclysm, and it's the Cataclysm came out so long ago, the people aren't as friendly, and it's kind of annoying. You're like, well, I don't remember how to do anything. I don't know these quests. It's not the same feeling as like when it's brand new and everybody's in the same boat. Maybe it would be for example, I think it would be almost. It's not gonna be. It'll never be like the original release of Cata, but if World of Warcraft Retail comes out with a World of Warcraft Cataclysm Classic, there'll be a lot of people that'll jump in there who maybe have never even played the original Cata, because that's the way it was for a lot of the classic versions. People played classic, maybe have never even played the original game. They may have never played Burning Crusade when it first came out. So I think if WoW comes out with the Cataclysm Classic, I think it'll be a better experience than what people would maybe experience on the Whitemane private server. I think a lot of people that would go to the Whitemane private server for Cataclysm probably maybe already have tried it over on there's another private server that actually already has Cataclysm. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Kronos has a Cataclysm server, so yeah. Alright, man, I gotta get to bed, guys. I will catch you later. So we're gonna level this hunter up, and I've got another hunter here, but this one's more of just a. I mean, basically I could have started with this one and went, but it just makes more sense to start at level 1. Maybe when we get to I don't know, it made more sense to me to start at level 1 again. Also, I don't think this hunter's doing the slow and steady challenge, and I wanted to do the slow and steady for the rewards you get. That was the biggest reason. If it wasn't for that, if this other hunter I had that's already hardcore, it's already like level 42, and she was doing the slow and steady challenge, I probably would have just picked her up again. I love night elves, so. But I just want to go and show you if it ever logs in. The other thing with Turtle WoW is logging in and out of the game and zoning in and out of instances on this server is really slow. Look how long it took just to load into this other character. But what I want to show you is that on this character, and my voice is killing me, I've got the hardcore challenge, but I think that's it. See? We just have the hardcore challenge on this character. We don't have slow and steady, we don't have the exhaustion challenge. So that's probably the biggest reason why I decided when I came back to Turtle WoW again to start at level 1. Plus it's always more fun and better for people watching the stream to see a stream where a character starts at level 1. Yeah. But the biggest reason I did was because this character doesn't have slow and steady challenge. Alright guys, hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you next time. I totally am getting sick. As you can tell, my throat's going. And I'll catch you guys later, man. Peace out.